Yeah, as you can see, I do have different hair now. It's a long story. I thought that I kind of thought these were called dreads, but I was wrong. They're actually just twists with beads on them. I guess you can probably have different types. Maybe you can have them in dreads too. Beads on dreads. I've seen that. So this was actually what I was meaning, but I guess my hair was too short. It didn't actually turn out to be how I thought it would actually look. So I kind of look like I'm wearing a wig. So I might actually look like a fool, but that's okay. I'm fine with that. Of course, I am not gonna have it for long. I've already had it for about maybe 3 weeks now, 3 or 4 weeks, maybe a month. So yeah, I've there's some people that like it, but then there's some people that really don't like it, and I can read their minds, so I can tell that they don't like it based off of their expressions and whatnot, and their reaction and body language. It's just so easy to tell. But I actually appreciate it. I do. I'm always the type of person that likes to be different. Underneath these beads is blonde hair. I actually went and got my hair dyed before getting the beads. Let me see if I can, if you can see right there, a little fuzz right there of blonde hair. See, it's a little messed up because some of the beads kind of fell out at some point. So now I usually have to kind of tie them back in there. And I went old school, which is what they called it. I never knew about it, but I went old school style and used aluminum foil at the very tips. My mom taught me that, so yeah, seems to work out pretty well. But I definitely just would rather go back to the regular fro. I like the beads a lot, but it just didn't turn out how I really wanted it. So I usually, as far as style goes, I usually wear kind of like one of those winter hats, if you can see it right there. It's not that round hat, but it's the little winter hat on top of it. So I'll wear it next time I record anyway. So I usually wear that for style. So yeah, and it helps it to look a lot better. But anyways, yeah, this is what it looks like as a whole. I'll turn around. It looks kind of bad, but I'm not too ashamed of it at all. I would have rather have done it, of course, and once I take it out, my hair will still be blonde, and that's exactly how I like it. So I'm just not the kind of guy that likes to be so ordinary. I don't like to have black hair, and I don't like to have short hair at all. It's already a disease for me that I can't seem to get long hair. So it's been very, very tough. I've had horrible history, and now all of a sudden my hair just grows very slowly. So sometimes I'm kind of afraid it might fall out again too, because I've been getting very angry lately. Seems to be okay, but I'll find out when I take these beads out, see what it looks like. So anyway, this is I just wanted to make this video about my hair mostly, because I noticed that man, it brings a lot of attention. I mean, you're probably pointing at your computer right now just saying to me, wow, this guy looks like a fucking idiot. What a fool. But I'm thinking that because I never knew that this hairstyle would actually get so much attention. It surprises me. I just thought, hey, I'm just getting hair, and then when I got it, I'm like, wow, what a surprise. And it doesn't really faze me. So it wasn't new to me. It wasn't like out of the ordinary, not too much out of the ordinary to me, but I guess in my eyes it was different. I'm so used to putting myself in this imaginary world, this fantasy world of different people that don't look like the average human being, the normal, not normal, but ordinary human being, the boring look. Never, hardly do I think of a human being with some business suit on, with short black hair, like a male with short black hair, and a suit, just looking so plain and just boring. No offense to anyone who prefers that style. But, I never imagine it, because to me it's just the same old, usual, ordinary style that we always have to see every day. For me, I just like things that are more unique and very different. I'm just a very adventurous person. I just like different stuff. I'm adventurous about basically every little topic, every little subject, item, and object. Like if you usually see white walls on your, in houses, I'm an adventurous person, so I'm going to want to see maybe blue walls on the next house, or maybe red walls on the next house. I don't like to see, always the same colored walls every day, because I just have more excitement than that as a human. I'm just more of a special human. Not to brag, but I gotta say it, because I think people should be ashamed of themselves to be so damn ordinary, to just always want to be the same and like the same shit every day. That's like always wearing the same type of clothes, for example, to me is like walking down taking your dog for a walk on the same street every single day. To me, that's how it is in my mind. That's why I can't stand it. I couldn't possibly have black hair, because I can't stand to have black hair, because it's just that bad to be just with the same shit every day. So black hair is too ordinary, and everybody has it. So I like to dye my hair different colors. The issue I've been having though lately is obviously other people. I go outside with this hairstyle, and man, it brings so much attention, and it's pretty bad, because now I almost sometimes feel like people are racist against me. If you know what I mean, I'll explain. Back in the day, like when I was younger, I still would always have different hairstyles. Before I dyed my hair blonde, though, I would have curls. I used to have curls, where you would grab like this curl kit from like Walmart or something, and it'll do this thing. I forgot what it is. I forgot what you call it. But you put this white stuff in your hair, and it just straightens your hair a bit, enough to give you, I guess, wider curls. I guess maybe originally, me being full black and everything, I have curly hair that curls and bushes up, and also ties itself together with other strands of hair. And basically, the curl kits, I guess, kind of widen those curls to make it more obvious. I guess it loosens it up a bit, making your hair more, out, which was nice. I used to have that a lot. I could never get away with it. Being young and always wanting to look good, and I was probably around 14. Yeah, 14. 13, 14, maybe not 13, but 14 and 15, I was definitely getting curls a lot. Throughout the whole year of being 14, I was really killing it. And I just never dyed my hair because it was too much for me at the moment. Finally, 15 years old, and yeah, wow, 15. I already dyed my hair at that age, at 15, and I just wanted to try something different. It was already in my blood. I couldn't possibly not do it. No one pressured me to ever do it. I didn't follow in anyone's footsteps. And keep that in mind about me, Aaron the Thinker. I never have learned from other people. It's you'll probably never believe me, because it's rare that a human doesn't learn from another human. I've learned a couple things, like maybe little bits of advice, like manners or something, or saying polite words. But besides those little things, I've always been my own leader. I have followed other people and tried to learn from other people, and usually when I was younger, being a teenager, it was the wrong way. But nevertheless, I fell back into who I was supposed to be all by myself. So, for example, dyeing my hair blonde, never did I get inspired to do that. I didn't copy any, I don't know, once in a while long time rapper that finally did it, or anyone ever out there in the world. I probably had seen someone have it, and or maybe seen it in a cartoon, and I thought, blonde hair, no, girls, maybe seeing like girls have it, and I thought, shit, I'm a guy and I'm black. If I had blonde hair, I'd be the only black guy in school with blonde hair. And that's why I really wanted to get it. Plus I thought, maybe it would look pretty decent. I didn't really too much care if it looked that bad, because I just really wanted it. So I cared about my appearance a lot, but I just knew that, this may not look so good if I get it. And I didn't want to scare myself out of the idea just because it may not look too appreciative. So it's definitely why I definitely had gotten blonde hair when I was 15. So I was pretty happy to have it, and when I finally got it, man, it was just like, I felt like I had earned a trophy for some reason. Just looking at it, all this gold and yellow, goldish, yellowish, blondish hair, on my head, I was like, wow, this is so wild, so different. But it was so pleasing, because it was just so cool, and it was on me, and I was walking with it, and I just felt special. I felt so different in such a good way, a very unique way. And I thought to myself, yeah, when I go to school, I'll be the only black guy with this shit, the only black guy wearing it. black kid rather, because I was in high school at the time. So I think I was I was a sophomore, 15 years old. So I was going to a school that probably had about maybe 50% black, 50% white. So I was around a lot of the blacks at the time because my classes had mostly blacks, and so I was mostly seeing blacks usually, I think, yeah, and I think that was the case. Yeah, I think so, or whatever. But anyways, I expected bad criticism, a little bit, but I never got any, and that. In that school, at least particularly, never got any bad criticism about my hair at all. Nobody ever truly made fun of me. But I remember even when I didn't have blonde hair and I had curls when I was even younger, I remember I was 14. That was the year before. I was in a different school. It was in Texas somewhere. Texas. It was a school. It was called Lamar High School in Houston, Texas. I was 14, and I remember after school, and I had curls. I guess they were, curlier, straighter curls than they should have been. I don't know, or maybe it was just some bitch just trying to be an idiot. But there was a bus that came by, and some girl, yelled out the window asking me. She was like, "Hey, you gay?" And it was just it was fucked up because that was embarrassing. I was standing outside and waiting for my mom to come get me, take me home because school was over. So I can never forget about things like that. So yeah, that was one situation out of hundreds of situations like that. And so she just screamed it out the window, laughing and whatnot. And I tried to play it off, so that I didn't look too, I don't know, dumb by laughing along with it. But truthfully, I was pissed. I hate that shit. So anyway, it's just typical bullying that people do, but there's a problem with this because it never have stopped, and it always had something to do with my hair. At least that's what I would guess. Just looking different. It's one thing if you get bullied because maybe, I don't know, you're slightly different, maybe you're weaker, but you get bullied because you have a different appearance than everybody else. That's kind of fucked up. That's kind of retarded. And I got a little something to say about that too. So anyways, so when I had blonde hair when I was 15, it was fine. I got older in high school, and we went down to Philadelphia, yeah. And I remember it was my second, after my sophomore year, we went to Philadelphia. We moved there, and it was my second senior year, I think, because I failed my first senior year, since I'm not good at school. Second senior year, I had blonde hair again because I always had it, and I used to perm my hair a lot too to straighten my hair. I had all kinds of styles. I had orange hair, red hair, spikes before. It was red spikes and then orange spikes too. I had all kinds of stuff. But I remember my second senior year at the beginning, I was walking through, and it was a group of freshman girls. One girl, she said a comment to me. I even recorded my voice, so I may have to listen to my recording of that memory of that time. But I think she asked me the same thing. I think she was she was making fun of me too. She was like, "Hey, you gay?" And it was because of my fucking hair. It was because of my hair because no person just asked me that in the hallway. So it was in the hallway, and it was I think school was just starting. I'm walking by, and there was this ugly ass chick too, around a group of girls. And this chick, this ugly fucking chick, freshman, I guess is bold enough to ask me if I'm fucking gay and laugh about it like it's all cool. So she's making fun of me, and I know when a person's making fun of me. This is not a question you just ask somebody out of the blue in front of all your friends and then laugh like it's all fun and games. So she's making fun of me. It was something like that she said. It might have been a little different, but it was obviously a joke to make me like a homosexual joke. As far as a way of making fun of someone. So yeah. However, no, to answer all those questions though, I'm not gay. I'm not gay at all. I just like to do what I want to do. I think a straight black guy can dye his hair color without being gay to do it. I think he can lift an arm and grab some money out of his pocket, go to a shop, get his hair dyed, and be straight at the same time. I think it's pretty possible. I think your mind can also have an interest into having a different hairstyle, or even hair on your head at some point. No offense, but you know, they never have hair on their heads. I think a black guy can have hair on his head without being gay. But apparently the rule is if you're black, you're gay. If you're male, black male, you're gay if you have colored hair. I remember another guy that said that also thought that that no straight black guy, he doesn't know, no straight black guy dyes his hair without being gay or something. He said it like it was supposed to be some sort of law. You know, this guy was, I gotta say it, this guy was, he was my sister's boyfriend. I hate that bitch. Hate that bitch. Never mind him. Stupid people. Anyway, so, yeah. So that was that moment I remember there. You know, every time I've ever spoken to these girls, I think it's time that I gotta say it now. Of course, some people hate it when I say things like this, but I gotta say, all these people that have made fun of me about my hair, and even here in San Antonio, Texas now, with this hairstyle, I've gotten even more attention. I remember going to the pool, people would stare at my hair. You know, I remember there was a female police officer. I went up to the store, HEB store, female police officer. She gave me these crazy looks. She was asking me about my hair. She was like, "Hey, so what you doing with those beads in your hair?" Giving me this crazy eye and look. I read her face inside out. Her mind was saying, "Man, this kid is a fool. Why did he do that to himself?" That was her feelings. I read it on her expression, all of it. I'm good at that stuff. I can read people's minds with their expressions. Anybody can do it, but I focus so much on it. Some people can't do it because they just don't focus on it. I do, and that's why I get a little frustrated, because I can like really see these people's true feelings about me, and it's like the messages that get popped into my head is like they're talking so much trash about how stupid I am for being different. So I gotta say this: be mad if you want, but there's a reason behind it. And I can explain that. All these people who make fun of me for my hair are not only mostly females, but they're all black. They're all blacks. They're only blacks. And they only ever will be blacks. The reason is because apparently, I don't know. Well, it's a long story. I don't even feel like talking. But it's like being a black male is, I don't know what it is too much about our race, but I guess it's so strict on homosexuality. You know, the black race in America specifically, so strict on homosexuality that you can't really do anything you really truly want to, especially as a black male.